The gender wealth gap among America's richest people remains wide. There are 67 women on this year's Forbes 400 list, but it's narrowing. Women now account for 17% of the list, up from 15% last year, and they hold 15% of the 400's total wealth, up from 14% in 2023. As always, progress remains slow and steady. In all, these 67 women are worth a combined $839 billion, up from the $621 billion that the 60 women on last year's list held. Here are the top 10 richest women on the 2024 Forbes 400. This is General Erskine. Number 10 on the list is Elaine Marshall and family. She is 82 years and has a net worth of $28.3 billion. Elaine Marshall owns an estimated 16% of $125 billion sales conglomerate Koch, Inc., formerly Koch Industries, with her two sons. She inherited her stake from husband E. Pierce Marshall D. 2006, whose father, J. Howard Marshall II.D. 1995, was an early partner of founder Fred Koch D. 1967. Elaine's son Preston Marshall is a former director of the Cato Institute, a libertarian think tank co-founded by Charles Koch. Her son, E. Pierce Marshall, Jr.B., runs investment firm Leverage Capital Management. Number 9 on the list is Melinda French Gates. She is 60 years and has a net worth of $29.8 billion. Melinda French Gates is one of the most powerful women in philanthropy. In June 2024, she resigned as co-chair of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation after a nearly 24-year run. Melinda French Gates' mission is also to close the funding gap for female founders through her investing, advocacy, and philanthropic firm Pivotal Ventures. Miriam Adelson and family is 8 on the list. She is 78 years and has a net worth of $29.8 billion. Miriam Adelson is the widow of Sheldon Adelson, the former CEO and chairman of casino company Las Vegas Sands, who died at 87 in 2021. She and her family now own more than half of the New York Stock Exchange-listed gambling empire, which has casinos in Singapore and Macau. She bought a majority stake in the Dallas Mavericks NBA team from Mark Cuban in late 2023. No. 7 is the Marilyn Simons and family. She is 73 years and has a net worth of $31 billion, and source of wealth is the hedge funds. She and her husband Jim owns the Simons Foundation. Number 6 on the list is Abigail Johnson. She is 62 years and has a net worth of $31.3 billion. Abigail Johnson has served as CEO of Fidelity Investments since 2014, when she took over for her father, and has been chairman since 2016. Her grandfather, Edward Johnson II, founded the Boston-based mutual fund giant in 1946. She owns an estimated 28.5% stake of the firm, which as of June 2024 manages discretionary assets totaling $5.5 trillion. Number 5 is Lyndall Stevens Greth and family. She is 49 years and has a net worth of $32.3 billion. Lyndall Stevens Greth chaired Endeavor Energy Resources, a private oil exploration and production firm that was acquired by Diamondback Energy in 2024. Greth assumed the role upon the death of her father, company founder Autry Stevens, in August 2024. She'd served on the board since 2013. Endeavor was one of the largest private oil producers in the U.S., generating some 327,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day in 2024. Number 4 is Mackenzie Scott. She is 54 years and has a net worth of $33.3 billion. Mackenzie Scott is a philanthropist, author, and the ex-wife of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, to whom she was married for 25 years. As part of their 2019 divorce, she received a 4% stake in the online retailer. In May 2019, shortly after she announced the terms of the divorce on Twitter, she signed the Giving Pledge, promising to give away at least half of her wealth over the course of her lifetime, in a website called Yield Giving. Scott shares details of the $17.3 billion 53 of her Amazon shares she has given to more than 2,300 nonprofits. Number 3 is Jacqueline Mars. She is 84 years old and had a net worth of $47.6 billion. Jacqueline Mars owns an estimated one-third of Mars, the candy, food, and pet care firm founded by her grandfather. She worked for the company for nearly 20 years and served on the board until 2016. Her son Stephen Badger is on Mars' board of directors. Mars serves on the board of the National Archives and was formerly on the board of the Washington National Opera. Second on the list is Julia Koch and family. She's 62 years and has a net worth of $74.2 billion. Julia Koch and her 3 children inherited a 42% stake in Koch, Inc., formerly Koch Industries, from her husband, David Koch, who died in 2019 at age 79, an Iowa native. Koch moved to New York City in the 1980s and worked as an assistant to fashion designer Adolfo. In February 2024, the Julia Koch Family Foundation gifted $75 million to fund the Julia Koch Family Ambulatory Care Center at NYU Longone's West Palm Beach location. In June 2024, Koch and her 3 children paid nearly $700 million for 15% of BSE Global, which owns the NBA's Brooklyn Nets and WNBA's New York Liberty. The first and wealthiest woman in America once again is Alice Walton, a title she has held for 9 out of the past 10 years. The vast majority of her estimated $89.2 billion fortune comes from a stake in Walmart, the retail giant co-founded by her father, Sam Walton D. 1992. Walmart stock is up 47% since last year, boosting Walton to the 15th richest person in America. She is focused on curating art, rather than serving on the board of Walmart like her siblings, Rob and Jim. In 2011, she opened the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in her hometown of Bentonville, Arkansas. Thanks for watching. This is General Erskine. Subscribe, like, and share for more updates.